Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another mini-sode for you folks. Dustin Harris hanging out with you. I want to tell you about an experience that I had just recently with a homeowner. I don't know if there's much to learn here. I think it's just a funny story, and I thought I'd throw it out there because I think that probably, most likely, you've had similar stories. When I first pause here, and of course, remind you we're sponsored by ANOW software. You know, ANOW is the software that I use to make sure that everything is taken care of in my appraisal office. It's so easy as a business owner. When I have ANOW software, you can try it yourself and check it out and find out why Dustin Harris uses ANOW by going to anow.com/coach. Once again, anow.com/coach. All right. So I was called several weeks ago by an individual. It was actually a referral. It was a referral because we had done an appraisal on. It was a personal appraisal for a potential sale for sale by owner. Okay, so a guy was looking to sell his home. We had done a mortgage appraisal for him years ago, and he was pleased with that. And so he called us back to do another appraisal because he was looking at selling his house. And so we gladly accepted, quoted him a fee, went out there, did the appraisal, everything went fine. A couple days later, we got a call from one of his neighbors, and his neighbor asked if we could come do an appraisal on their house because they were thinking of selling their house. You bet. So we set it up. We went over there, and while I was over there, I asked them how they knew about us. And of course, that's where the referral thing came in. They said our neighbor down the road said that you just did an appraisal on his house. He was very pleased with the job that you did, the professionalism, blah, 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 blah. So he suggested that we call you. So I love calls like that. I love appointments like that because there's no greater compliment, of course, than another individual, another customer recommending you to one of their friends. And so we did the appraisal, got it accomplished, got it taken care of, and I thought everything was fine. And then I got a call from the homeowner. Can't wait to tell you about the experience I had. The first one, I'll remind you, of course, we're sponsored by ANOW software. ANOW, whether it be a personal appraisal like the ones I've been telling you about today, or a lender appraisal, or a desktop appraisal, or whatever. The great thing about ANOW is you can classify those appraisals. So you put tags when you log them into the system. What does that do? Well, it allows you to be able to quickly do some analytics every single month. So every month I have my staff put together a quick snapshot for me of how many appraisals we did that month, what the revenue was, what the average fee per the appraisal was. But I want to split those out because, you know what, we log everything into the system. We log appraisals, multifamilies, drive-bys, desktops, finals. All of that's logged into the same system. But you know what? I don't want to find out what the average is with all of the finals and the desktops added into the full appraisals. I want to know, what are we getting on average for a regular 1004? I can do that with ANOW software. You can do that with ANOW software. Anybody that uses ANOW software will be super happy at the analytics that it provides. So check them out right now. Go to anow.com/coach. Why /coach? Because it allows you to have 3 months of the All-Star team for free. That's right, folks. Check it out. You can find out what the All-Star team is all about and use ANOW at the same time. Go to anow.com/coach. Once again, it's anow.com/coach. All right, folks, we're talking about an experience that I had recently, very recently, just a couple weeks ago. I got a call from the homeowner after we had done an appraisal. And he started to bitch and moan about the appraisal and just really lit into me. I mean, and we're talking about stuff that, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, where's the ceiling fans? That kind of stuff. We've got 3 new ceiling fans. I don't see them anywhere on the appraisal, that kind of stuff. Not really, but kind of. You know what I'm saying? Just really nitpicking here and nitpicking there. The big thing we get in Idaho is you didn't count, you say I've only got 5 bedrooms. I got 7 bedrooms. Yeah, I know. 2 of them are in the basement. They're on the line down. They're not up there. Anyway, I mean, it's the same old arguments, and he's my client, and so I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying to be kind. I was on the phone with him. I'll be honest with you, folks. I don't take very many phone calls. I don't, and my wife loves me for it. But I took this phone call while I was on a family vacation. He was angry. He had called the office, and he was ready to turn us into the state, and he wanted to talk to the damn appraiser, right? So I took the phone call, and I was on the phone for like 45 minutes while we were driving around in New York. We had rented a car. We were in upstate New York, and my wife is just like, come on, seriously? I mean, I got off the phone, and she's like, well, that went well. I said, was I professional? She said, yeah, but I could hear his side of the story. She could hear him screaming at me while I'm trying to remain professional. But here's the thing, folks. Here's what's interesting to me. And this is why I've titled this mini-sode, Tell Me Again Why You Hired an Appraiser. Here this guy has hired me to tell him what his home is worth, right? I think I came in at like 349,000, right? He was absolutely insistent that it was worth 380,000. Absolutely insistent, and he tried to tell me over and over and over again. He used the age-old argument of a price per square foot. You know what I'm talking about, appraisers? I love when contractors, realtors, other people start doing this. It's like, well, what's your price per square foot, and what's that compared to? And look, you've got comps here that are price per square foot at 200 square feet per square foot, and yours is only 178. And oh, shoot me now, would you? I mean, really, and I tried to explain, you know what, when you start talking price per square foot, you're really talking apples and oranges. Well, to explain that to me, because it seems to me like I can figure this thing out a hell of a lot better than you can. Look, I'm looking at the first three comps, and they're this, that, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, geez, okay. And I just waited, and I let him have his say, and I said, sir, let me back up for just a second, and let me explain to you how an appraiser works, because an appraiser doesn't really use price per square foot. Yeah, I know it's on the report, but let me tell you what's a little bit misleading. And it was so exhausting. Seriously, 45 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. 45 minutes I was on the phone with this guy, and he was no more happy at the end. He did say this at the end of the phone call. He said, well, you've been very professional, but I still think my house is worth 380,000. And honestly, at one point, maybe this was the one point that I wasn't as professional as I should have been, but I did. I said it. I said, can I ask you a question? And I didn't say it mean, and I didn't yell at him, and hopefully I didn't sound defensive. But I did say to the guy, I said, can I ask you a question? Why did you get an appraisal done? It sounds to me like you know what your house is worth. Well, I need to know what it's worth so I know what I can put it on our market. Okay, yeah, I know. That's what I thought you ordered the appraisal for, but it sounds to me like you already know what it's worth. And I said, you know what? Put it on the market for 380,000. And I wouldn't be shocked if you sold it for that. We've got a market that's very hot right now. We've got multiple offers. You could sell your house for 380,000. But my data says that it's worth probably closer to 340. Now, I don't know what the house is actually worth or what he's actually listed it for. I don't know. But it's a for sale by owner. I'd be interested down the road to find out, if it's sold. We're in a non-disclosure state. I may never know. But I tell you, I walked away from that conversation a little bit frustrated because he called me a professional. He said we've treated him very professionally. We've treated him with respect. He appreciated the thorough job that we had done, but he just disagreed with our value because our price per square foot wasn't what he thought it was. Okay. Tell me again why you hired an appraiser. I mean, there's my rant for the day, folks. What I won't rant about is my all-star team. Again, when you sign up for A-Now, you can get it for 3 months free, but it's only $9.95 a month, folks. Check it out. 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not getting quality information every single month in my newsletter and my online forum where you have an opportunity to chat with appraisers from across the country who are not going to ridicule you for what you ask online, you need to join the all-star team. Go to theappraisercoach.com, click on memberships, and join us today. Catch you next time, folks.